إن الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه كما يحب ربنا يرضى وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين وبعد. So I want to basically finish up with the anonymous Bint files. And in the previous episodes, we dealt with her questions about Muhammad Hijab, Ali Dawa, Yusuf Estes, and Muhammad Hijab saying, we have more important issues to deal with than Allah's hand, and the likes of these type of things, right? So now we're just going to get into the crux of it. She says, Mufti Munir made a video with hijab and an Azhar student, and I saw that Azhar has been refuted severely by the scholars and Sheikh Albani for teaching the Ash'ari Creed. Okay, we'll just go right to the end, actually. Let's skip to the end, right? Because we're kind of like dealing with a lot of the same points that we dealt with before. I don't want to repeat myself. So please make a video about this if you can. Please advise others to handle the points from refutations directly instead of in a dismissive manner. There's probably a lot of young people who have the exact same dilemma, and it would be nice if the Salafi brothers could come together and iron out their differences, refute each other face to face, retract where retraction is needed, and unite upon the manhaj, because all of this is so problematic. The main reason I still have reservations about this side is because they promote people who belittle Salafiyah and do not refute poisonous statements like what Hijab said. We need transparency, openly refuting falsehood, and not allying with people who study at Al-Azhar, attack Salafiyah. This fitna is very big. I ask Allah. Okay, I think it's fitting. I ask Allah to guide and protect us all and remove the shubahat from the Salafi dawah. Okay, so, and we say Ameen. Okay, so I want to answer this question in a very different way, inshallah, because I know a lot of the youth are thinking the same thing. So the ulama have spoken about this a lot, and they always say the same thing, and we always end up back here answering this question over and over again, because either the youth, they haven't heard the statements, or they actually heard the statements of the ulama, but they haven't actually taken heed to it. So I want to read something from the Quran first before I get to my point, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وإذ قلتم يا موسى لن نصبر على طعام واحد فادع لنا ربك نخرج لنا مما تنبت الأرض من بقلها وكثائها وفومها وعدسها وبصلها قال أتستبدلون الذي هو أدنى بالذي هو خير. Okay, so that ayah, the translation of it is, and remember when you said, O Musa, we cannot endure one kind of food. So invoke your Lord for us to bring forth for us what the earth grows from its herbs, its cucumbers, its foom, so foom could be wheat or garlic, its lentils, and its onions. He said, Musa said, would you exchange that which is better for that which is worse? So you're probably asking in your head, what does ayah have to do with anything? At the time of Musa, alayhi salam, his people were people who were very stubborn. When Musa ordered them to do things, they would do it in a slow, sluggish manner. And they weren't people who were particularly grateful. They weren't known to be grateful people. So Allah Azza wa Jal, He sent, when He caused these people to be freed from the clutches of Fir'aun, and he sent them to their promised land. And Allah Himself sent to these people menna. Menna is like a type of bird, like a fowl bird, right? Like it's type of bird for eating, and salwa, which is type of gummy food, right? That he sent them this from the sky, right? So they didn't have to farm, they didn't have to do work, right? And and it's Allah Himself who gave them this great favor, right? So these people now, they're telling Musa that we can't like keep this one type of food, right? Because we're used to our food from before, right? What's the food from before? Cucumbers, garlic, lentils, onions. They want that food instead of minna or salwa, right? So Musa tells them, look, are you going to exchange that which is better for that which is worse? Where am I going with this? Many of us also have been guided to Salafiyah, right? Just like the people of Musa, they were guided, from the clutches of Fir'aun and being forced to worship Fir'aun like this. And Allah sent them a prophet with guidance and the truth. And they found the truth. And they started worshiping Allah only. Or they were worshiping Allah only like this. Right? Like us, we found Salafiyah and we were happy to be in Salafiyah. Right? We were happy to be guided by Allah. However, our imams and our shayukh, they've all told us the same things over and over and over and over and over again, right? With regards to these issues. Don't get involved in this fitna. Seek knowledge. Go read Quran. Go learn hadith. Go learn Arabic. All these things. All these things, right? And we tell them, we want to know about Muhammad Hijab. We want to know about Ali Dawah. We want to know about Yusuf Estes. We want to know about Yasser Qadi. We want to know about Bilal Phillips. We want to know about Faleh Harbi. We want to know about Salim Hilali. We want to know about Yusuf Qaradawi. We want to know about and know about and know about and know about. And the ulama, they're getting to the point where they're saying, would you exchange that which is good for that which is worse? What is better for you is to seek knowledge. What is better for you is to wake up in the third of the night and make tahajjud. What is better for you is to pray witr. What is better for you is to ask Allah to guide you. On Yom Al-Qiyamah, Allah is not going to ask you about Muhammad Hijab or Ali Dawah unless you speak about them. If you speak about them, Allah will ask you about them. If you don't speak about them, Allah won't ask you about them. And those people who are speaking about them, they literally have to answer to Allah for what they said about them. Anybody who speaks about another Muslim has to answer to Allah for what they said about that Muslim. So you guys, you're claiming to follow the ulama and be with the ulama. And all the ulama are encouraging you to seek knowledge and not get involved with this. But you insist. You insist on doing it because you think you're doing something good for the ummah. And really you're not. Those ulama who get involved in refutations, they're the ones who are doing good for the ummah. But you youth who are getting involved in refutations, you're just damaging yourself because it's not your job, it's not your responsibility, and you're wasting your time and wasting your life. And I'm going to show you a real life example of what will happen to you when you go down this path. Like I said, I've been salafi for a long time. I'm going to show you something. Watch. You see this? What does that say? It says Jahwatat. Look how thick that is. Okay? That's volume 1. Volume 1. This is volume 2. Okay? See how thick that is. I did have a third volume, but I moved to Ottawa. We lost it. Just as thick as those two. Those volumes, we started collecting them in the 90s, and we just stopped around the 2005, 2006 period, mid 2000s. We just stopped. If we continued, we might have 10 volumes of these Jahwatat Deal books. 10 volumes. Imagine how many durus you could have done instead of talking about people. Look at that. Imagine how many books you could have studied. Imagine how much Quran you could have learned. That is your future. That will be your life when you start following up people. You think people will stop making mistakes because you talk about them? People are always going to make mistakes. You're not the vanguard of human beings. When Allah wants to refute somebody for the protection of Ummah, they'll do it. When you want to refute somebody, you don't do it for the protection of anybody. If anything, you're protecting the Sa'afiq, because that is their manhaj. That is their way. Their way is to refute every Tom, Dick, and Harry off the street because they don't submit to their ways. That's not the way of the Salaf. Their way is to put people off the manhaj by association. So now, Ali Dawa sits with Yusuf Estes, he's automatically Mubtadi. Automatically. Whatchamacallit? Muhammad Hijab, he says, Wallahi, Yusuf Qaradawi and Hamza Yusuf and Muhammad Durdar are all more knowledgeable than those people at spubs. Or he says, I can swear by Allah that they're more knowledgeable than those people as subs. All of a sudden, he's a mubtadi for saying that, which just happens to be true. It happens. Are you trying to tell me that Abu Khadija has more knowledge than Yusuf Qaradawi? Are you serious? There's a difference between knowledge and deviance in manhaj. Yusuf Qaradawi has been studying from like longer than Abu Khadija been alive. Abu Khadija could barely read Quran. Come on, man. You guys are going to need to wake up and smell the roses. That will be your future. Look into your future. Look into your future. Will be you. You will waste your life like how we wasted our lives. Wallahi, those people, they wasted our lives doing this nonsense. Where we could have been memorizing Quran and memorizing Mutun and memorizing Hadith. This is what we were doing. This. So that is my answer to all your questions. If I didn't answer anything else before, this is the answer right here, right now. Follow the ulama. The ulama are telling you something for a reason. They're telling you to seek knowledge for a very good reason. And I'm telling you the same thing because what you're going through, already been through it. And you can teach Quran, you can teach Hadith, you can teach who's on it, you can teach who's off it. But one thing you can't teach is experience. You can never teach that. And I'm telling you from experience, don't go down that path. You can go down that path, but you will, mark my words, you will waste your life. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك واشهد ان لا اله الا انت واستغفرك واتوب اليك. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وإذ قلتم يا موسى لن نصبر على طعام واحد فادع لنا ربك
نخرج لنا مما تنبت الأرض من بقلها وكثائها وفومها وعدسها وبصلها قال أتستبدلون الذي هو أدنى بالذي هو خير